trade? All right, I was going to trade you, but upper level. All right. Here we go. A little video about Kayla and some hay, and then we'll get rolling.
My crazy life as a first-generation female farmer. The Chronicles of Kayla. It's crazy to even think that 5 years ago, I never would have thought when I'd left my 9-to-5 financial career that I'd be standing here with you guys today. It's more than just windrows of hay and chaos. My life as a first-generation female farmer started with my husband, Jason's FFA SAE project in 2007 and has bloomed over the last few years just like our alfalfa fields do each cut we are able to get. In case you missed it, my name's Kayla Wazorek, the voice behind Chronicles of Kayla and more commonly known as the Hay Queen of the Midwest. Here at Wazorek Farms, located in northeast Missouri, Jason and I strive to put up the best quality of hay we can. We always want to get as many small square bales as possible. And yeah, that's sort of my job, to get the baling done. In our off time, we enjoy messing with our cow-calf operation and raising our 2 children, Keaton and Jalen, amongst all the chaos that comes with farming. With the help of our Massey Ferguson 5S 145 Deluxe cab tractor, the 1842S small square baler, and the rotary rake, we were able to put up over 32,000 small squares in 2023. Thanks for tagging along with our farm story. We'll see you in the next field.
Oh, that was so inspiring. Makes you want to go bale some hay right now. How many people remember when we didn't have those accumulative lifts on, lift those individual bales by hand? You remember that? I was like, these kids are spoiled. All right, I'm going to turn over to the hostess with the mostest, Miss Jessica. She's going to run this show from here on out. Have fun. I got some more mics over here if you need them. We'll get them each round. And despite what she says, the bourbon tour was successful last night.
Thank you, Aaron. Well, welcome everyone. We're so excited to have such a huge showing. Let's come on up here and take a seat. I'll go over here. So thank you for your logo. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Jessica Williamson, Marketing Manager for Massey Ferguson North America for our hay machines. And we have been partnering with Kayla and her husband Jason for the last year and a half, I guess, and trying to get some exposure for Massey, but also partnering with them to help and get some exposure for Wazorek Farms. So why don't we go ahead and, first of all, Kayla has been talking for the last, 36 hours straight. So we're going to do our best with the interview today, and we thank you for powering on. And Jason's probably going to do a lot of the fill-in of the questions that we ask. But I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Please tell us about your operation, how you got started. We learned a little bit about it from your video, but tell us how you got started, some of the inspiration behind your brand and behind what it is that you guys do.
So in 2007, I was in FFA, and Dad said, there's no way we can row crop. So he said, we did hay once, let's start doing that again, just start off small. And So that's what we did. We bought a mower that was pretty cheap, a $75 rake, and then I got a baler that a guy had sitting in the shed. He said, just go bale some hay with it and bring me some hay back, and then we'll trade that out. So that's what we did. I bought the baler for about 400 bales of hay. So then we went on from there, baled, and had, so in 2012 I ended up buying my first inline. It was a 7115 AGCO, and then I went to an 1840, another 1840, and now to the 1842S. We do about 32,000 bales a year on small squares, and then we've moved to large square about 5 years ago, and we do about 2,200 or so large squares a year.
I apologize in advance. I was not prepared for my voice to go out, or I would not have probably talked as much the last 2 days. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. It means the world to me, because if you'd have asked me 5 years of this ago, this is what I was going to be doing, I probably would have laughed in your face, because I worked in finance and somebody thought that I needed to come home and run the baler. So here we are.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started. So we now know the background of how you got started farming, but tell us a little bit about the background of why you decided to start filming it and kind of the progression of that.
So at the end of 18, I got convinced that I needed to be home. That it wasn't cost productive for us to have a hired hand that I was paying for to go to a job that I didn't like. When I came home in 19, my father-in-law, he's somewhere, there he is. He said, I think you can do this YouTube thing. I'd always wrote and blogged. And he's like, I think you got something going. So in 2020, we started sharing on YouTube and social media, showing the ins and the outs of being a first-generation farm, being a female farmer in a man's world. You know, baling hay can be a lot of fun, but it can be a lot of work and a lot of headache. So the fact that we can do it together and love what we do, day in and day out, and not kill each other, something.
So that was going to be my next question, was about farming together and farming essentially in the public eye, right? I mean, you have a lot of viewers. You have a lot of viewers right here today. Talk to us a little bit about some of the struggles and some of the triumphs that you guys have had, that maybe your viewers have gotten to witness, as well as I know that you guys also have a family. So tell us a little bit about the opportunity for your children to farm alongside you.
So I'd say our biggest challenge, more than anything, and it's not only with us, but it's with everybody that watches us too, the number one difficulty is weather. Just being able to try to put the hay up right is pretty tough, but when you do get to go with good weather, you've got to run. And I mean, just take it with you and go. Yeah, there's some nights you don't get much sleep, but you'll sleep when it rains. But I always say that, but then there's things that always need to be done too. So
Since we had a drought last year, I'm pretty sure I didn't sleep at all.
So it's a lot, So for sure.
It's really hard for me sometimes because I take a lot of things to heart. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, if I'm watching this, what are my kids watching? I really want to set an example for them because their friends watch. There's a lot of little kids, and I wouldn't say little, but there's younger children here in the show that came and found us today, and that was why I came to these shows, because they're the next generation. They're the ones going to be taking over the farm someday. That's what we're here for. We want to help inspire them to follow their dreams, regardless if they're in the ag world or not. Maybe they want to do a different career, down the line. Follow your dream. It will pay off. I mean, did you ever think we'd be here 17 years ago in high school?
But it's good for our kids though too. Keaton's 13 now, and there's no better place for him to learn how to drive than in an open field. So it teaches them a lot of responsibility, but that's sometimes where you learn the best.
Awesome. So let's talk machines.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what you baled with before the 2023 season.
So we baled with an 1840. It was inline baler, and we got along really good with them. That was my second one that I had, and I'll never go back from an inline. It's just, it makes sense to drive over the windrow. You know, there's nothing in your way. The biggest thing that we have to overcome nowadays is, you know, transportation on the road and making sure that you're on your side of the road, not where someone else can hit you. You're liable for that if not. So.
Yeah, so in 2023, you all had the opportunity to demo a Massey Ferguson 1842S. And so this is our 2-tie small square baler, makes a 14 by 18 bale. And talk to us a little bit about the transition from your 1840 to the 1842S and some of the things that you really like about it, some of the components that you found to be really beneficial to your operation.
So fall 2022, I came to Kayla and I said, you know, hey, look, we're due for a baler upgrade. And I said, this baler, this 1842S, I said, I don't care what I gotta do, but I'm getting my hands on one. Like that's gonna be my next baler. And at the time, my Massey Ferguson dealer didn't know anything even about it. So that's kind of where it got going. But you know, I just knew that I wanted that 25 extra percent heavier everything on it, like needle rack, flywheel, just numerous things that is just heavier than the 1840. I just want things to be able to last longer.
We didn't cut it no slack. It rolled in at 10 o'clock that night, and she went to work the next morning at 8 a.m., and she never missed the lick.
So talk to us a little bit. You were talking about heavy duty components and increased capacity, and that's one of the benefits of our 1842S over our 1840 are just heavier duty components and higher capacity. Were you able to get through the field faster? Are you able to make a denser bale? What are some of the things that you really found beneficial, or all of the above?
Definitely get through the field a little faster, about 1.5 miles faster than what the 1840 will do. I know it's the same strokes per minute, but you can push that a little bit harder now that the stuffer's been widened. You can fit a little bit more hay into it.
You don't get as many speeding tickets. And if you don't know what a speeding ticket is, you've clearly not bailed any hay.
I mean, shearing a bolt. That's what I tell her. Slow and steady wins the race.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your tractor that you demoed this past year. So you all were able to get a 5S, model number 145, I believe. So talk to us a little bit about some of the benefits that that tractor had for you in your operation.
Great visibility for one thing. The slope nose just really does it all. Like you can really see down to your windrow and everything like that. We had the transmission with the Dyna 6, so everything was at our fingertips. Everything's right there. It's your office. Being able to have the capability too, to where you go into a field, you can reset the gallons per hour you want, per acre. Having all those numbers really makes sure that you can keep good numbers for your records. Everything is really good. Farming is numbers, that's for sure.
When you're in a tractor 8 to 10 hours a day, I never thought about it being anything special. A brand new tractor, because I ran a 1996 5250 prior to, and then we had the jump one. And you get in that one, and your back doesn't hurt when you come out. Everything's right here. Like, I can answer phone calls, I can listen through radio stations. It's all at your fingertips. And those little key components, when you're looking at it after being in an office all day, you want as easy as possible.
Fuel efficiency too with the 4-cylinder, that's great. The suspension's nice, and that's for comfort and luxury for Kayla's prospect. But the things I look at too is reversing fan. Especially in straw, we're not sitting there cleaning out the radio all the time, and it's just key components like that.
So let's talk a little bit about rakes. This past year, you were able to have a center delivery double rotary rake, an RK662, and a little preview for 2024. We're going to talk a little bit about what to expect on their channel for this upcoming year. but we're going to do an RK802, which is a larger rake, and it might fit your operation a little bit better. Talk to us a little bit about that transition from a wheel rake to a rotary rake. What are, pretty easy to use? What are some of the components that you really liked about that transition?
For one thing, most important of all, when you're selling to horse clients and things like that, you don't want no dust in your hay. Our hay was so much cleaner. You're not picking up all that ash content. We went from a SR600 speed rake hewn to this rotary rake, and it's not as fast, but the quality of the hay is so much worth it. It's easy to operate. You don't have no roping. Everything fluffs up. You're able to get in the field faster because that air gets underneath the windrow a little bit better. It's really nice. The one thing I do like about the rotary rake too is that it's hooks up to your 3-point. So when you do go around and turn on the inrows, that rake follows you. It's steerable. So wherever the tractor goes, that rake's going to go as well.
All right. So do we want to give any teasers for 2024 hay season?
Fly away, go.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about any of the machines that you want to demo in 2024?
Yeah. Okay. So Kayla will be getting her tractor now became my tractor. So her new one will be a 6S 165. We're also going to be doing the reason why we went with that tractor is because we're going to be pulling that tractor with the 1842S, and then we went from our accumulator now, we're going to be going to a bell bearing. So we needed the hydraulic flow, and just being able to have the bigger tractor for the weight, that's everything that's behind. It's just going to pair up really nice. It'll also have a 39 gallon a minute pump, so to run that bearing. And then we're going to go to a 1393 Hydro Swing 13-foot Moco, and that's going to be a pretty nice feature. I'm really excited on that because coming from a John Deere impeller type, I haven't been able to achieve the drying them stems down on alfalfa, but on this new Moco that we're going to get, it's going to have steel rollers, so I'm going to be hoping that my quality of alfalfa is a lot better.
We're going to have to work on the language.
Yeah,
Mower conditioner.
It's a mower conditioner.
Mower conditioner. Okay, there we go. And then the rake that we need, the RK662 TRC, it would rake them 13-foot windrow mower swaths, but you were right on the edge. So this is going to allow us to have a little bit of playroom and make sure that we don't leave any hay behind.
Yeah. So do you guys have any final parting words? Anything that you want to add?
Can you? I can't talk.
So Kayla has a request that we'd really like to be able to hit 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, probably before the end of the day, but I'm not sure. But we just want to be able to share our story with everyone else, and everything that we do on YouTube, everybody else can learn from it too. We just share the experience. That's our goal.
Yep, and you can follow them. You can find them if you just search Chronicles of Kayla on all of the things I see. And you'll be able to follow along with her, subscribe, like, and also please follow along with Massey Ferguson North America. You can find us as well on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Please search Massey Ferguson North America and like, subscribe, follow. And we appreciate you all being here today. And Kayla will be at this cart until 3 o'clock doing a meet and greet. Oh, what? Okay, and she also has some merch to give away. And also, she has an official giveaway, which Erin talked about before she got started. And you can enter your name and phone number. And at 4 o'clock, after our Simply Bale question and answer session, we'll be drawing winner for a giveaway. It's Chronicles of Kayla merch, and it's also some Massey Ferguson merch. Limited edition, she said. Okay, so at 3 o'clock, we would like to invite you back. We have a new small square baler system that's available starting now, and we're going to talk to the lead engineer on that system, and we're going to have a nice little Q&A session over at the small square baler. So we'd like you to join us again at 3 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica.